So Tim, your website, the Tenthamendmentcenter.com. Tell us about it. What all do you have on that site?
Well, that's where I post the articles that I either write or find from other writers that are discussing constitutional issues. It's also where the Facebook site associated with it. I post frequent, quotes from individuals, founders' quotes, etc. There is a link where you can find more information on both the founding of the Constitution and the foundations of liberty, and you can also find links to where to find your legislator in Oregon. You just put in your zip code and it'll bring up all of your Oregon representatives. You can find all my articles from the past, which go back, including some canned letters for different legislation that we tried to pass last session. You can also find generic bills that you can send to your legislator and ask them to pass them for Oregon. If you wanted to, you could write a bunch of letters in support of it and send it to me, and I'll post them on the website so other people could take your letters and use them as their own canned letters. There you can also find links to the 10th Amendment tracking page, which tracks all the states' different nullification, interposition legislation. Also, you can find all of my blog.
Okay, so as an average Oregonian, what can the average Oregonian do when they feel that they're ready to do something about the unconstitutional overreach of the federal government's authority, when they're encroaching on our rights too much? What can they do, and how can this site help? It sounds like you've already mentioned canned letters. By that I think you mean when somebody writes a letter to one of their representatives, they can share that letter with other people on the site, and then they can take that text, cut and paste it into their own information that their own letters that maybe they send. Is that what you're talking about?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. We're trying to get a groundswell of people, and a lot of times it's hard for somebody to sit down and think of all the justifications for a certain legislation. A lot of time people like me or others will come up with justification to justify it to their legislator. Some people like more legalese, and some people like more just common man approaches to it. But if you want to get a mix of those things and have an original letter more often, then you're going to want a source of canned letters. And if you're a person that likes to write letters to representatives, or has a lot of letters that you've written, and you could send those to me, and I could put those in the form of a post so the rest of the people in Oregon can have the benefit of your wisdom. Also, another way that you can do it is you can go on to the generic bills part, model legislation it's called, and you can look for a bill that addresses your specific concern with the federal government. If you believe that, say, Obamacare is unconstitutional, you can go on the model legislation, and you will find that there is actually a model legislation to nullify Obamacare. So in that case, you wouldn't have to do anything else. But say you find something that we haven't thought of, well, send an email to us. It's either I'm timothy.reeves@tenthamendmentcenter.com, and that's all spelled out, or you can send it to info@tenthamendmentcenter.com. That's the head of the 10th Amendment Center altogether. If you ask us, we'll come up with a nullification for something that's unconstitutional, or maybe it's constitutional. In that case, we'll let you know how it's constitutional or why. So that's one thing you can do.
So it sounds like your site's a great research site for someone who's trying to educate themselves.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing we can do, right, is educate ourselves regarding what the Constitution is supposed to mean. Because the more people you touch and educate in the process of becoming educated yourself, you can create a knowledgeable citizenry.